U.S. Senate against Ashley Moody. We do want to defeat Ashley Moody this fall. We want to get her out of office while she's going. So yeah. So Angie Nixon was first elected to the Florida House of Representatives in 2020, and she just recently announced for U.S. Senate. I want to welcome her here today. Let's give her a warm welcome, and she's going to tell us all about why she's running. All right.
Thank you so much. What up, Plant City Democrats? That doesn't sound like people who want to turn the state blue. What up, Plant City Democrats? That's right. Let's get it together. Act like y'all ready to fight. So I am Florida State Representative Angie Nixon. I didn't just get in the race. I've been in the race for a while. But I am a lifelong Floridian, born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. I know y'all hear this drawl. My people came from southern Georgia, so that is where it comes from. I am the daughter of an Army veteran. I am also the daughter of a union member, so I'm a union baby. I am a wife. I'm a mom of 5. Yeah. Let me give me a break. When I'm turned 19 today, so woo, it's a lot of them. And then my husband added a dog, y'all, without asking. Can you believe it? But it's okay, I still love him. So I have had the honor and privilege to serve as a state lawmaker for 6 years, and people, also refer to me as the biggest pain in Ron DeSantis' ass. And so hopefully with your support, I will become the biggest pain in Donald Trump's ass as well. So look, y'all, before I decided to run for U.S. Senate, I actually traveled all across the state of Florida, and I had conversations with thousands of Floridians. Thousands of Floridians like Miss D from North Florida. Miss D, who unfortunately her cancer returned, and she may now have to refinance her home because her health insurance does not cover all of the cost of her medical expenses. But get this, y'all, this won't be the first time that she had to refinance her home. It wouldn't even be the second time. It would potentially be the third time that Ms. D had to refinance her home because the health insurance companies care more about making profits than actually looking out for the patients. And then I've been traveling talking to parents, like parents down in Broward County, who are still afraid to send their children to school because they're worried that they won't return home alive. They won't return home alive because someone did not receive the mental health resources that they needed, or because someone was emboldened by bigots or misogynistic folks or racist people in the White House or the governor's mansion. And then I've been speaking to seniors like Miss Joanne, who has to ration her her prescription drugs because she can't afford to eat and pay the cost of her drugs. And she also has to DoorDash at the age of 78 while wearing oxygen all day long because she don't have enough money to live. And also I just found out when I talked to her 3 days ago that the affordable housing unit that she lives in, they're about to pay off their federal loan, so they're now going to go to market rate. And those seniors are going to be left on the streets. I'm running for United States Senate because change can't wait. Now is the time where we are boldly being attacked. We have to send bold leadership to Washington, D.C. We literally have folks saying things like they want to make America great again. The people in leadership are saying they want to make America great again. They want to return us back to the good old days. But the reality of it is, the good old days were never good enough for all of us. They weren't good enough for women. They weren't good enough for black folks. They weren't good enough for workers or members of the LGBTQ community. Now, right now, as we are witnessing so much corruption and chaos happening in Washington, D.C., now we have the opportunity to build a new vision for our country. One where every worker has stability and is treated with dignity. And every young person has the opportunity to reach the true American dream. But it is going to take us coming together and energizing people who have not been energized before. And I want to be clear, y'all, because we are in a primary. Status quo, quiet, timid leadership will not beat Ashley Moody. I don't care how much money you have. I'm going to say that again. Status quo, quiet, timid leadership will not beat Ashley Moody. It doesn't matter how much money that they have. We need to energize people who have been sitting on the sidelines for way too long, who feel as though there have not been people fighting for them. So why would they get in the fight? I am the only candidate that can say that I've been fighting day in and day out for nearly 2 decades here in our state, to the point where I'm willing to get a pink bullhorn and disrupt House proceedings when they are unconstitutionally and illegally drawing maps to take away our rights to choose who we want to elect. And look, y'all, I know folks try to say, Angie likes decorum and professionalism. That's not senatorial. But what good is decorum when democracy is being destroyed? What good is decorum when our institutions are being actively destroyed? We have to send bold fighters, unapologetic fighters who are willing to stand up no matter what. Even if the poll numbers say you shouldn't do this, even if there's no protection, even without cameras. I am the only candidate in this race who has pushed back against the gutting of the Voting Rights Act, Section 2. I am the only candidate who has pushed back against attacks on members of the LGBTQ community, particularly the trans community. I am the only candidate who has stood up and spoke out day in and day out. And I'm asking for your support, y'all. We can change the trajectory of our country, but we need to send fighters to Washington, D.C. I need your help. I need you all to join my People Power campaign. Follow us at angienixon.com. Donate some money. We need some money to make sure we're going out and messaging the right way. But I look forward, y'all, to winning in August, and then I look forward to taking on Ashley Moody in November so that we can flip this state. Thank you.